Once upon a time, in a big, green forest, lived a little squirrel named Mr. Timbers. He was brand new to the forest and felt a little shy, his bushy tail twitching nervously. Today, he was visiting a kind badger named Aunt Maple in her cozy burrow. Her home was so warm and smelled wonderful, like honey and cinnamon. Mr. Timbers sank into a soft, mossy chair and began to relax, his little paws resting on his knees. Aunt Maple was busy, bustling in the kitchen, so Mr. Timbers waited patiently in the living room. Just then, a clever young fox named Vina bounced into the room. She had a mischievous twinkle in her bright eyes. "Hello?" she chirped cheerfully. "Are you waiting for Aunt Maple, too?" Mr. Timbers, still feeling a bit shy, just nodded. Vina's gaze drifted over to the big window. It was wide open, letting in the cool evening air and the sounds of the forest. "I'll tell you a secret about that window," she whispered, leaning in closer. Her voice dropped to a dramatic hush. She told Mr. Timbers a very big story. She said that long, long ago, 3 friendly beavers went out that very window to gather wood, and they never came back. "Aunt Maple always leaves it open," Vina said, her eyes wide. "She thinks they will come home as floaty, friendly ghosts." Mr. Timbers' little ears twitched. Ghosts? That sounded a little spooky. He glanced nervously at the dark forest outside the open window. In his mind, he could almost see floaty, see-through beavers drifting between the tall trees. He hugged his fluffy tail tightly, a shiver running down his spine. He was starting to feel a little bit scared. Just then, Aunt Maple returned, carrying a tray piled high with warm, freshly baked cookies. "Oh, hello, dear," she said with a warm smile that made Mr. Timbers feel a bit better. She looked towards the open window. "I'm so glad you're here. My family will be home any minute. They always come back through the window after a long day of work." Mr. Timbers' heart went patter-patter. Aunt Maple was expecting them, too. Maybe Vina's spooky story was actually true. He peeked outside again, his curiosity now mixing with his fear. The sun was setting, and a soft, gentle mist was rolling in, blanketing the edge of the woods. And then he saw something. 3 shapes were walking out of the mist. They were coming right toward the open window. Mr. Timbers held his breath. He was scared, but he also felt a spark of bravery. He wanted to see what would happen. The shapes got closer and closer. They weren't floaty or ghostly at all. They were 3 cheerful beavers, laughing and carrying baskets full of yummy-smelling berries. "We're home," they called out, their voices full of joy. Aunt Maple clapped her hands happily. Vina the fox started to giggle, covering her mouth with her paw. "Oh, Mr. Timbers, I was just telling a silly story," she said, her eyes sparkling with laughter. Aunt Maple gave Vina a gentle hug. "Vina, your imagination is truly wonderful," she said kindly. "But the very best stories are the ones that make our new friends feel happy and safe, not worried." Vina looked over at Mr. Timbers, her expression softening. "I'm sorry if I scared you," she said sincerely. Mr. Timbers couldn't help but smile, feeling all his fear melt away. "It's okay," he said. It was a very creative story. In that moment, he knew he had found a place full of kind and funny friends. They all sat down together, sharing the delicious berries and warm cookies. Mr. Timbers felt warm, happy, and completely safe in his new forest home, ready for a wonderful, peaceful sleep. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.